Here we are at Morrisson-Reeves Library. Duane is getting ready for his presentation. Wayne's nice enough to video the program. Duane's got a table of his publications.
America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Prior to my presentation, any veterans who are here, no matter which war or conflict you might have served, would you please stand? And then I'm just going to ask you to give your name and then just say where you served, whether it was overseas or in the States. One of the recipients I interviewed in World War II said, "How many do you think served in combat? What percent?" I said, "Oh, maybe 30%. Said only 17% served in combat. The other 83% were behind the lines in the States, making it possible for us to do our job. So no matter where you served or what you did, we recognize and appreciate your service. So please stand. Any veteran? Now, I'm going to ask if you just say your name and where you served, like Korea, Vietnam, whatever.
Mark Tuning, Indiana National Guard, from 65 to 71.
Dave Burgess, I was in Germany from 71 through 74 on air defense missile site.
I'm Bill Denning. I served in Germany in 55.
Bill Denny, Germany.
Mike Foley, Vietnam, 66, 68.
Vietnam.
Amos Abney, USS Franklin D. Roosevelt, Westpac, and Mediterranean.
Okay.
Chris Fink, Afghanistan, and Jordan.
Great.
U.S. Navy, aircraft carrier Randolph, that was 52 to 56.
Name? You've got to say who you are.
He gave your name.
Oh, did he say it? I'm sorry, I didn't hear.
Terry
I didn't hear. Okay, go ahead.
Philions, Fleur submarine out of Charleston and Rome, Spain.
Phil?
Phil Benedict, United States Air Force, Wright-Patterson Air Force Base, B-52, 1962.
Glenn Thorberg, Army, Hokkaido.
Eugene Fannin, Germany, 64 and 65.
All right.
My name is Mark, 1991 to 2011.
Charles Riker, Korean War, 51 to 3.
Jim Brash from Richmond. I was in the U.S. Navy from 63 to 66 in the Mediterranean on the USS Saratoga.
Okay. Thank you. Chuck?
Chuck Avery, I served during the Korean War, but fortunately they sent me to Germany instead of the East.
Ron Winnick, U.S. Army, 1966 to 69, spent a year in Vietnam.
Gentlemen, thank you for your service. Well, I want to thank you for coming this morning. During the time that we have, what I want to do is obviously share with you some of the stories of men and some of the events that happened at Pearl Harbor. We're commemorating the 80th anniversary of December 7th, 1941, the tragic event that launched us into World War II. I'll also briefly share a few excerpts for men who served in other campaigns in the Pacific and the European theater during the war. One thing I do want to make sure that I've clarified with you, I've spoken to groups across the state and in the country And I've spoken to groups as many as 5 and well over 100. So you fall somewhere in between that. But it is a privilege. It's a privilege to be here and to have interviewed over 200 men and women over the past 6 years. Their stories are reflected in these 3 books. And somebody asked, this book I did for the Wayne County Historical Museum as well as this one. This is sold out, but the Korea, Vietnam, and Boots on the Sand are available at the library or at the Tourism Bureau. I do have some copies of Boots on the Sand, The War on Terror, which is the last one. If anybody wants that, they're $10. And make sure that everybody did get a copy of the free booklet on the combat stories from 1941 to 210. Now, my commitment to you is this. I learned early on that you have to know your audience. So I always try to use what I call the B principle when I speak to groups. That is, I will strive to be informative, be brief, be seated. I also ask a commitment from you. Don't finish listening before I'm through talking. Good. Now, the other thing that I want you to know is that it's important for a speaker, and I learned this early on, that it's embarrassing if I see you looking at your watch, scrolling through your iPhone, yawning, or doing the church syndrome. You're not all. Okay, so yeah. All right. At this time, I want to share with you a video, and it's a patriotic video, but I think it's a significant message to